So hi everyone, I am Sheikh, and in this video I will show you some keyboard shortcuts on we can use on the Linux terminal on the daily basis. So here you can see that I have opened a virtual machine session on the virtual box on the Ubuntu. So basically I am having Ubuntu installed in the virtual box, and I have currently opened a terminal. So basically I want to show you something like getting the cursor. So let me show you some shortcut tricks. Like for example, if we want to get the cursor at the beginning of the line, okay. So for that, I'm commenting this: getting the cursor at the beginning of line. So we will use shortcut Control plus capital A, okay. So let me show you that I am in Pune. So I have written this sentence: I am in Pune. So basically, we can go in the backward direction using the arrow key, okay, on the left side arrow key. So this is normally we done with us for but if you have a large line, so in that case we can't do it manually. So for this we are having a shortcut. So by using Control plus A, we can directly bring the cursor at the beginning of the line. So as you can see that, I will show you. When I press Control plus A, the cursor is shipped at the beginning of the line. So for this we will use Control plus A to getting the cursor at the beginning of the line. Similarly, getting the cursor at the end of line. Okay. Similarly, if you want to get the cursor at the end of the line, so we will use Control plus A. So let me show you. I am in India. I am in India. So by using Control plus A, we will bring the cursor at the beginning of the sentence. And now let's see what Control plus E does. So I am pressing Control plus E. So as you can see that Control plus E brings the cursor at the end of the line. Control plus E. When I press Control plus E, it brings the cursor at the end of the line. So for getting the cursor at the end of the line, we use Control plus E. So this is our second keyboard shortcut. Now if we want to move the cursor backward or either in forward direction, so first I will show you the backward direction. Actually moving the cursor in backward of the line, okay. So for this we will use Control plus B. So let me show you. I am in Pune, okay. So as I press Control plus B, the cursor start to move in the backward, okay. As I press Control plus B, the cursor start to move in backward direction. And so in this way we can use Control plus B to move the cursor in the backward direction. So now guys, we will going to see that how to move the cursor in the forward direction. So for that we will use Ctrl plus F keyboard shortcut. So let me type first. I am in Pune. Okay, so bring the cursor at the beginning, then press the Ctrl plus F. So as you can see that as I'm pressing Ctrl plus F, the cursor is moving forward. So in this way we can use Ctrl plus F. So let me show you all shortcuts. Ctrl plus A, getting the cursor at the beginning of line. Ctrl plus E, getting the cursor at the end of the line. Ctrl plus B, moving the cursor in the backward direction. And Ctrl plus F, uh, by using Ctrl plus F, we can move the cursor forward. So in this way we can use the shortcut. Okay, let me. So now let's talk about removing the characters of the line. Okay, so, so now let's uh, instead of using backspace we use in Windows. Backspace we use in Windows. Okay, and Control plus H we use in Linux. So similarly, if you want to delete, if you want to delete the characters in backward direction, so similarly we use for this task backspace button in the Windows. So instead of using backspace we use Control plus H in Linux machine. Okay, so let me show you. As I'm pressing Control plus H, it is removing letter by letter. Okay, so in this way we can remove the line. Okay, so instead of using backspace we use Control plus H in Linux. Now let's move to the next part for uh, deleting of letter on which cursor is placed. So for this purpose we use Control plus D. So let me show you. So you can see that currently the cursor is on P letter. Okay, so we want to delete the P letter. So for that we will use Control plus D and it will remove the letter on the cursor. Okay, it will remove, Control plus D will remove the letter on the cursor. So as you can see, whenever I am pressing Control plus D, it will deleting the letter on which the cursor is currently. Yes, so in this way we can use it. Okay, so similarly delete entire line before the cursor. So for deleting entire line before the cursor we will use Control plus U. So similarly I will show you an example. So I'm typing Control plus. So I have currently type I am in Pune. So we will going to press Control plus U for removing the entire line before the cursor. So I will going to press Control plus U. You can see that I have removed the entire line. Let me show you again. If we press Ctrl plus U, it will remove entire line before the cursor. So before the cursor we are having I am in Pune written. So we will going to remove the entire line by using Ctrl plus U. So similarly, delete entire line after the now previously we have seen removing the entire line before the cursor. Now removing the entire line after the cursor. Okay, I am in Pune. Okay, so let me bring the pointer at the beginning of the line. So by using Ctrl plus K you can delete the entire line after the cursor. Okay, now Ctrl plus K will remove entire line after the cursor. So in this way, so likewise there are many shortcuts in the Linux. So I've seen 6 out of them. Okay, so to get the cursor at the beginning of the line we will use Ctrl plus A. To get the cursor at the end of the line we will use Ctrl plus E. For moving the cursor in backward direction we will use Ctrl plus V, and for moving the cursor forward direction we will use Ctrl plus F. Similarly, in the place of backspace which we use in the Windows, we will use Ctrl plus H in Linux or Unix type uh, operating systems. So similarly, the next shortcut will be Ctrl plus D. So if your pointer is pointing at the letter, so if you want to delete that letter, for example, I am pointing at so for example, if the cursor is on D, so we will use Ctrl plus D to remove D. So similarly, the next is delete entire line before the cursor. So for using Ctrl plus U, you can instantly delete the entire line before the cursor. And for removing the entire line after the cursor, we will going to use Ctrl plus K. So the next trick is that upward arrow, pressing the upward arrow on the keyboard to get the history of the commands you have typed on the terminal. So for example, I am pressing upward arrow on the keyboard, so it will showing us what we did in this terminal. Okay, so it will basically show us the history of the commands we did on this terminal. So basically we are getting that. So similarly, pressing downward arrow, you can move forward in the history, and pressing upward arrow we can move in the previous of the history. Okay, so similarly if we so in this way we can use these shortcuts. So similarly you can see that for executing the previous command, we will use double exclamation mark and then hit enter. It will show us the previous commands. Okay, so we have typed I am in Pune, so that's why after pressing double exclamation enter we are getting that. Okay, so similarly I will show you. I am pressing this. Okay, so let me test it. So I am pressing this will going to execute now. Okay, so we are getting I am pressing this, so double exclamation mark will execute previous commands. Okay, previous commands or anything you type on the terminal. Okay, So for example, for killing any process, for example, uh, if we have um, so for example, if we have execute any type of query, so for that you want to, for example, if any in emergency, we need to kill that command, so that the process which has been happening in the background will going to be suspend, or it will be killed. So for killing the process, we will use Ctrl plus C. So for example, I will going to show you how to kill a process. So now I am pressing top. So it generally this top command will show us the CPU uses, the resource uses, like we do in the Windows by using the task manager. We can use that same utility in the Linux machine using the top command. So now I'm hitting enter. So you can see on the desktop that whatever the resource uses, we can see on the desktop. So generally the highlighted is PID user PR. Here is a percentage of CPU uses, memory percentage uses, time, and the commands which are using amount of memory. And so basically this will going to be run for your until you press Ctrl plus C. So for showing you an example how to kill a command by using Ctrl plus C, type this top command. So now I will going to kill this top command by using Ctrl plus C. So now you can see that we have killed our top command. Nothing is executing in the background. We can cross check it by this. So you can see that there is no top command is currently running. So by using by using kill the command of process, kill the command of process using Control plus C. Okay, Control plus C. You can kill any command using Control plus C. Similarly, if you want to suspend the command, okay, suspend means for suspend for some time, suspend the command or process, will use Control plus Z. Okay, so using Control plus Z, we will going to suspend the command. Similarly, okay, you can see that it is showing us stopped, but we can cross check it by, okay, you can see that the top command is currently running. Okay, so after pressing Ctrl plus Z, the Linux, the Ubuntu doesn't didn't kill the top command. It actually stopped it. Um, it actually stopped it. So the main difference between Control plus Z and Control plus C is that Control plus C will going to kill the command, and each and every resource which used by that command we can kill by using Control plus C. But if you want to stop the command, we will going to use Control plus Z. So for suspend the command or process, for suspend the command or process, we will use Control plus Z. Okay, so similarly, if you want to resume the command, okay, if you want to resume the suspended command or process, we will use Control plus Q. Okay, so for for receiving the suspended command, we will going to use Ctrl plus Q. So let me show you. Ctrl plus Q. So these are some shortcut tricks. So these are some few shortcut tricks keys on the Linux I want to share with you. So I have shared it. So hope it will be helpful for you. Thank you for watching this video.